Tonight, was there any thought at all that this could have been your last game with the Lakers?
I'm not going to answer that. Appreciate it.
There's so many questions surrounding this Lakers team as they move forward into the offseason after they were just eliminated from the playoffs in 5 games. Look, man, the Lakers bin got put out a while ago, but I was so heartbroken that it took me several days to even start making this video. I mean, when you look at a team who led the series for about 70% of the time and they end up only having one win to show for it, I mean, just think about that. So with LeBron having a player option, he's going to consider all the possibilities around the NBA and see what his best choice would be to help him capture a championship. Because as great as his numbers were, I don't think he's retiring next year. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Quisballinn, man, and I'm back with another video. The Lakers lost in 5 games to the Denver Nuggets, man. And surprise isn't the word I would throw out there, considering the Nuggets have destroyed this team so many times in a row that it's painful to count. I will say I'm not one of these guys who run around hating LeBron James. The man breathes and they find a way to dissect it. I'm not one of those guys. I'm a guy who proudly roots for LeBron, wants to see him capture another championship, and I can't say that I was satisfied with how the Lakers played, even though the outcome wasn't surprising. The Denver Nuggets are the better team. We just got to lay that out there. I'm not going to sugarcoat things. I told y'all that I'm always keep it real with y'all. Look, for you to lead the series 70% of the time and win one game shows you what? It shows you a lot. It shows you that you played well in most of the first half of games. But when it came to the second half, you guys couldn't close. I don't know if it was LeBron and AD running out of gas. I don't know if it was the role players shrinking under pressure, but there's no way you should be shrinking under pressure because like LeBron James said,
It's just basketball. At the end of the day, it's just basketball.
you have to play with the same intensity for 4 quarters. The game is not over until the final buzzer goes off. You would think professionals know this, but there's so many problems with this team that I have to get into. Let's just start with the injuries they suffered throughout the season. I mean, you had pieces who were going to be important to this team miss significant time. And it's always tough when you have players who you expect to play heavy minutes miss lots of time because now you're not seeing the team that you envisioned out there on the court. You're seeing backups fill in that guy's minutes, and therefore you have basically a totally different team. We all know Christian Wood, a backup big for the Lakers, missed a lot of time. We all know Jared Vanderbilt. He missed a lot of time. LeBron and AD, they played a lot this season, but they also missed some games here and there. Cam Reddish, he dealt with some injuries. Gabe Vincent, he missed a lot of the season. Now, another problem we can get into, the personnel on this roster. I mean, come on, man. Some of these guys just aren't good. And I was never a fan of adding Spencer Dinwiddie to the roster. I mean, what is he out there doing? What purpose does this guy serve? Why was this Lakers team so obsessed with having a bunch of useless guards on his roster? I mean, I could never understand it for the life of me. Cam Reddish, I mean, not only was he injured a lot, I mean, the guy, when he did play, what are we doing, man? I mean, this guy can't hit an open 3-point shot. He's supposed to be a good defender. I appreciate his efforts for that, but man, you can't be out there a total liability unless you're clamping the other guy. I need you to be able to hit a 3-point shot in today's game. And I don't really have a problem with Taurean Prince. I think he is a pretty serviceable role player. But man, Darvin Ham was in love with this guy. I mean, Darvin Ham wanted Taurean Prince in every single lineup on the floor at all times. I mean, it almost felt like Taurean Prince played starters minutes, even when he didn't start. So that leads me to one of the biggest problems with this Lakers team, and it was the coaching. Darvin Ham was awful. Darvin Ham was an awful coach for the Los Angeles Lakers this season. There's no way around it. I don't care what Charles Barkley has to say. I don't care what anybody in the media has to say. Just me watching it as a fan. The guy didn't know when to call timeout. There will be times I'm watching the game and the team is on a 20-2 run. The camera pans over to this man. He's sitting there like Arthur with his hands in his pocket. I mean, it was just pathetic. Didn't know when the challenge calls. Had LeBron James throwing fits in playoff games because Darvin Ham wouldn't challenge a call in which, by the way, LeBron James was right about that call. It should have been challenged. Darvin Ham, another issue I had with you. Horrible rotations, man. Horrible. I alluded to it earlier before. Why are you having lineups with 3 guards on the floor? Who do y'all think y'all are? I seen a lineup in the playoffs with D'Lo in the game, Spencer Dinwiddie in the game, and Gabe Vincent in the game all at the same time. Are you serious? Are you serious, Darvin? And I just think it got to a point where no one respected him anymore in that locker room. And a lot of people are going to put this on LeBron and he gets every coach fired, and he may get a lot of coaches fired. But this is what coaches understand when they take a job with him. He's expecting to do well in the playoffs or make it to a championship at minimum. And that may be an unfair circumstance, but if you don't think you can reach those standards, don't even apply for this job. Apply somewhere on Indeed. They got plenty warehouse jobs available. And so for most of these reasons that I just listed out, Darvin Ham has just been fired by the Lakers. And in celebration, I will be eating a ham sandwich tonight because Darvin Ham, you did this to yourself, buddy. And like I said, I know a lot of people are going to blame LeBron. They're going to blame AD. They're going to blame the players. There's some people with the mindset that it's never the coach's fault. I'm different. I look at what the coach could control and I judge it in that manner. And from what the coach could control, he didn't do good enough. Period, point blank. Know when to call timeouts. Know who to have in the game. Know when to pull LeBron out. Know when to pull AD out. I mean, there was times where LeBron wasn't on the court when he clearly should have been. And I don't understand this thing with LeBron James teams where he gets pulled out of the game and the team acts like they don't know how to play basketball anymore. And this is the type of stuff that's so frustrating. This is the inconsistency that I've seen on this roster. D'Angelo Russell, I'm not letting you off the hook, bro. 0 points in the playoff game, bro, as a starting point guard for the Lakers. 0 points. And I've cooked this dude before, but I've also gave him his props when he's balled out. We all know he has the ability to be an effective offensive NBA player when he wants to and when he decides to. The problem is he doesn't decide to do it enough. Stop waiting on a 39-year-old player to come and carry you all the time. D'Lo, you have to be able to step up and hit shots. That's all you're being asked to do. You're not really being asked to be the point guard for the full length of the game. Hit shots. Don't turn the ball over. That's it. And those aren't unreasonable expectations because we've seen you do it. You just are not a consistent player. And for that reason, I wouldn't mind if they got rid of this dude. Look at D'Lo's career. Why haven't all these other organizations kept him around, even though we know how talented he is? We've seen him make an all-star game. Why do teams get rid of him after 1 or 2 years? Exactly. We've seen it this season. Austin Reeves, man, you got to get better, bro. You had very inconsistent stretches during this season as well. You got to get better on the defensive side, bro. You and D'Lo. You're not going to win a championship with D'Lo and Austin Reeves as your starting 2 guards. The lack of defense is just embarrassing from those two. When they're not hitting shots, they're nothing. They're not effective. So y'all either got to hit shots more often or play better defense. Pick one at least. And so when I try to break down this series and dissect what the Lakers put out there on tape, I mean, look, just the lack of defense was just shameful. I mean, how many times are you going to let Aaron Gordon roam on the baseline and get easy lob dunks, easy dump passes leading to a dunk, easy putback dunks because you're not boxing out? This is elementary stuff, man. When a shot goes up, find a body and box out. You have to rebound as a team. There's so many instances where I'm watching the Lakers and I'm seeing AD as the only person crashing the boards. Why is that happening? And then who is drawing up these defensive schemes? I get it, Aaron Gordon can't shoot, but when he's around the basket, he needs someone paying him some attention. He's a threat around the basket. And then I even seen you guys giving Jamal Murray and Michael Porter Jr. open threes. I mean, that's just pathetic, bro. If you're going to do that, you shouldn't even have won one of those games. These are two very effective three-point shooters. Michael Porter shot y'all lights out. What were y'all thinking? With a guy like that, he always needs to see a contest. The man can already hit over contest, and you think leaving them open is going to be any different? And it was just embarrassing because a lot of the games, the Nuggets allowed you guys to get up. And let me take that back. They didn't allow you guys to get up, but they got off to a slow start. Y'all got off to a good start. Y'all took the lead 10 points, 12 points, even a 20-point lead. And they cut it down so quickly because they're a disciplined basketball team who gets a great shot on offense every single time. And they play defense and rebound the basketball when the shot goes up. Some things that the Lakers absolutely struggled to do consistently in this series. So no, you guys, you didn't deserve to advance to the next round with how y'all played. I just didn't see the effort. I didn't see the intensity every single night from you guys. I mean, I would see it in stretches, but it would never maintain. And therefore, we have the result that we have. Sent to Cancun in only 5 games. At least you didn't get swept. That's the only good thing that I could say about you guys. I mean, what more do you want me to say? This Nuggets team was just a better team. They have complementary pieces. They're more disciplined, and they just play consistently good basketball. So to me, I'm glad you guys fired Darvin Ham, and I know you guys are going to tweak this roster in the offseason. LeBron is going to look at his contract and see what he wants to do. And I heard that you guys are willing to draft Brownie to make LeBron happy. All of that's fine and dandy. But here's the elephant in the room, and it's a big ass elephant. We got to look at that front office. Some of y'all need to lose y'all job, man. Rob Pelinka, bro. I hope when you sit back and look at this season, I hope you don't think you did a great job putting this roster together because you didn't. I like the job you did in 2020, but what makes me so mad about that is you didn't even want to run that team back the following year. Why would you break that up and y'all just won the championship, bro? There was nothing wrong with bringing Dwight Howard, Rajon Rondo back and some of those other guys. Everything went downhill when you guys got greedy and brought in Russell Westbrook, who had his worst season of his career up until that point. So the front office and management, they have to look themselves in the mirror, man. Y'all dropped the ball as well. I don't want to hear all of this being blamed on the players. There's blame to go around for the players, for the coaching, and for the front office management. And so what this playoff series showed me about this Lakers team is that if you put the right pieces around LeBron James and Anthony Davis, they can compete. Look at their numbers. They had a pretty good series, all things considered. They kept the Lakers in most of these games. Look at the Denver Nuggets blueprint and try to emulate that, try to mimic that, and see what you can come up with. Get guys that can play down low. Get three-point shooters. Get bigger bodies that can defend Jokic. None of this Rui Hachimura on Jokic. It doesn't work. Surround these guys with defenders. So even though y'all went out kind of sad, man, I will say y'all did have to play the defending champions, man. And I didn't have high expectations for y'all to win this series. But with that being said, I think y'all could have showed a lot more than y'all did. In fact, y'all did show me a lot. You just couldn't close. So I don't think LeBron James is retiring. I think he's going to play for the Lakers next season. And if he does, please get some guys that know how to play defense, that know how to shoot the basketball. And AD, you have to stop being so damn soft, bro. I respect you. You went out there and you played 70 plus games. But, bro, these little knick-knack injuries, these little touch injuries, bro, what is up with that? It broke my heart to see you get tapped in the shoulder and go down like that, rolling on the ground, crying for help, acting like you got hit by a Mack truck. And then you was never the same after that, saying you had no feeling in your arm. From what? A tap? I guarantee that had happened hundreds of times prior to that. And why all of a sudden on that time, it damn near looks like the worst injury you ever sustained? I mean, it was just laughable, man. So I'm very disappointed in this team and how they went out. And look, man, the bottom line is this: y'all are wasting LeBron James' time. He will never be younger than he is right now. And he really only has about 1 to 2 years to really capture another chip while he's playing at a high level in my eyes. So look, if the front office don't want to capitalize on that, that's on y'all. But LeBron gonna skate on y'all bums if he senses that y'all are sabotaging his ability to win championships. That's all I got for this one. I want y'all to drop in the comments, man, and let me know, how do you assess the Los Angeles Lakers season, and what do you think about the Nuggets constantly beating up on this team, treating them like they are disciplining a child? And are you also satisfied with Darvin Ham being fired? And what can they do to make this roster be able to compete for the championship next season? Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe. I appreciate everybody that's checking out the videos, man. And hey, we out of here. Peace.